Greetings viewers, this is Martin Maverick coming to you with another video. Today we're going to assemble the Optimus Prime G1 version model kit. And also we be sure to maybe do some poses, see how it is balance wise. Maybe do some aerial poses if need be, if possible. And share some good, bad, everything else in between, and if this is the kit worth getting. So with all that being said, let's get straight to assembling. And here we have the fully assembled G1 version of Optimus Prime. And by first looks, I would say it's not bad. Yes, I'm a little bit, I kind of wish there was a bit more detail on it, but you know what? For a basic kit, I can't be too judgmental on it. I mean, it was a simple build, simple look, so I can't really be upset about it. But I can't deny that everything does work pretty well in terms of color and proportion wise. I say nothing really seems too big or too small out of the ordinary. Color wise, I mean, I think the color palette does match well. The red, the light gray, even the different shade of gray, even the navy blue, I think everything does work well. I do like the fact they did use a blue translucent piece for the truck's windshield, and here's some translucent pieces for Optimus Prime's eyes and the centerpiece for the matrix of leadership. So I would say it's not bad, definitely not bad. I don't hate it, but I would say all in all it does look pretty nice, and I do like the fact that this does come with some Autobot stickers that I use for the shoulders, so I would say that's pretty nice. But yeah, I would say overall not bad. But the one thing to really make sure if this is a good kit is to see how its articulation. So, start with the head. The head does a nice 360. The arms do a nice 360 as well. The arms can go up. And let's see if it can go, yep, even if you move the smokestacks, the arm can go even more up. So articulation so far, pretty good. Pretty good. The arms can go out a little bit, can go back too much. Maybe I think I did that already. The arms can rotate like so. You have a nice little elbow bend. I was saying not bad, not bad. I feel like it can be a little bit better, but I have seen worse, so not bad. The wrist, of course, can rotate 360. The body can only move so much, but it can do a nice little side pivot, like so. He can go all the way back, but the fortune, oh no, he can move forward just a little bit too, which is pretty nice. The legs can move front. I think that's as far as it can go. But going back is pretty nice. And I'm wondering, can Optimus Prime do the splits? And he can. So that's pretty nice. So far, articulation is doing quite well. I have a nice, really good knee bend there. And the feet, this can rotate 360. Can only move forward just a little bit. Move back barely. But can swivel back and forth like that. So I would say not too bad. I'll say the articulation is definitely a great thing about this kit so far. Now for some side-by-side comparisons. Here's Optimus Prime right beside real grade RX-78-2. Here he is beside Master Grade Infinite Justice. I think the Justice got this one, got Optimus Prime beat in both height, width, and bulk. Here's he beside Full Mechanics Ariel. So definitely maybe a little bit wider, but definitely taller. And lastly, here's Optimus Prime up beside Master Grade Unicorn Gundam. Just to give you all an idea of the size for this version of Optimus Prime. So since the articulation was pretty good, I want to see how it looks posing wise, and as you can tell, not too bad. Obviously a nice little standard pose here for Optimus Prime. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but still though, the articulation I would say is pretty solid, pretty good, definitely in some areas. Much more surprising than I was expecting, because I wasn't so sure about this kit. Don't get me wrong, I do love Optimus Prime, I'm a big fan of Transformers, and I do like model kits, so yeah, best of both worlds. But I would say this is good. Like posing wise, articulation wise, I would say it's pretty good. For what you're going to get, for the amount you pay for, I say this is pretty good what you're going to get. With the right attachment piece, you can actually pose Optimus Prime in the aerial pose. And I was a little bit worried about this one, but I'm kind of glad that this action base actually works pretty well with Optimus Prime, or this kit specifically. So yeah, I would say this is actually pretty good, looking good so far. Only one attachment piece for this action base will actually work for this kit. And for those who are familiar with this action bases, you will know which one I'm talking about. But basically, it's just a peg that goes inside the hole between Optimus Prime's legs. Get your mind out of the gutter. But anyway, I would say no, this is pretty good. Good posing wise, good balance wise on the action base, so I'm happy with that as well. And yeah, I would say so far, whether it be on the action base or on ground or in the air, I would say posing this kit, articulation wise, is actually pretty solid. Again, I'm still, this kit is still surprising me in a few ways, so I'm very happy with it. So I would say it was a really good gift, for sure. And now for the good, bad, and everything else in between. Let's start with the good. Good, and I mentioned this a few times already, articulation is pretty spot on. This kit really does surprise me. I thought it'd be stiff or a little bit limited in some areas, but no, this kit was pretty good. Optimus Prime had 360 degrees on various points. This kit can also do a full-on split, so that was also good. The torso or waist actually has some pretty good articulation. I was really surprised by that. And even those different pivot points in the waist where you can adjust those legs, that's actually really good too. I was not expecting that from this kit. So really happy with that one. Another good price range, I guess you get what you pay for. The price is on the box. It is $45.99. Yep, $45.99. So I would say you get what you pay for. So no harm, no foul on that. I would say a solid figure. Honestly, nothing is loose. Everything is pretty solid. Nothing has been like really coming off. Well, the one piece did fall off during the race when I was assembling this, but aside from that, as posing, nothing came off. No pieces were just loose, nothing like that. So aside from that one little thing, every piece has been pretty solid. Overall, like proportion-wise, I'll say this is actually pretty good. I'll say figure. I won't say kit because you can actually use this as a figure, and it will do. It will work as that. So that could be like, even you could even tell people this is not a model kit, this is an action figure, and they will believe you because this is actually pretty solid. A lot of good points, a lot of good articulation, even some good detail here and there. So I would say not too bad. As for another thing too that I really do like, you get 5 sets of hands, which I was not expecting that. Even some action figures or even some model kits like master grades don't even have 5 sets of hands. So the fact that this kit has all those different manipulators or just those sets, I would say pretty good. That is, I would say that's a really good big plus on that part. Now for some bad, and not as much as I was thinking it would be. I was a little bit disappointed in the matrix of leadership. I wish there was more detail, more color there. I know this is just model kit and all, but I'm sure there's been some figurines, even for this price, they have much better matrix of leadership to actually display. So one tiny gem, I wish it was a little bit more than that. That's on me. Their arms, as I mentioned, were a little bit disappointing in terms of detail. Posing wise, so like articulation wise or joint wise, yeah, the elbow is a good bend. The shoulder is pretty good. None of the hands can actually open and close, but because there's, like I said, 5 sets, I can let that slide. But that side though, there's not too much detail in the arms, so that's a little bit disappointing. Everything else I think was pretty good. But yeah, I think for details, their arms was definitely lacking in that. Like I said, I was going to mention that there's no hands that can be open, but because there are 5 sets, I can forgive that. So no big deal on that. Kind of was hoping this would be a little bit bigger, but like I said, I think it actually works well. I know some of the master grids are just a little bit taller than this guy, but all in all, again, I say it's pretty good. One sad thing I was kind of sad about is that this kit does not transform. I think even there's some Gundams there's some kits that do transform, and it's pretty good. You know, a solid transformation there. So I was kind of hoping that this kit would transform too. But who knows, there might be some kits out there that does transform. So hopefully, fingers crossed. But other than that, I can't think of any bad things about this kit, aside from a couple things here and there. But all in all, I would say it's pretty good. So the question is this a kit worth getting? If you want to start this hobby and you want to start with a good kit, I have mentioned high grades, but this is not a bad kit to start also. It's pretty solid. It is pretty sleek. Posing wise, shell space wise, this is just a good kit. This is a really good kit to get into. Nothing was too complex. Pretty simple build, pretty fun build. So yeah, I would say all in all, this is a pretty good kit to pick up. So yeah, I'll say it's worth getting for sure. So a fun build, a fun process, and a pretty simple build to basically refresh and recharge some batteries, I'll say. So I'm really happy how this turned out. Actually a fun kit to review, and like I said, a fun kit to actually put together. So I would say it was worth it. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more video updates. Comment down below if you have any questions or comments. If you want to see more of Transformers kits, please let me know. My social links are down below. I have an Instagram and a Reddit account. There are 2 videos here. One is the most recent, which I go over each individual part of this kit, and the other one that YouTube picked out for your viewing pleasure. So, thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on building.